Hey everyone, welcome to session. We are going to do a healing session on anxiety and depression today. I have noticed a lot of people out there are struggling with anxiety and depression. And when I went through my experience with it and I came out of it, I always remember, I just wish I had someone to give me the higher perspective and how to transmute it out of my body, how to get rid of that darkness out of me. And when I was going through all that, there wasn't one therapist or a doctor or anyone that could really help me in the matrix world. So I had to turn away from all of that, and I had to learn how to get through and actually heal anxiety and depression. So if this resonates with you, take a comfortable position. We are going to start getting it out of our body, and I'm going to tell you how to do it. And the very first question I always had when I had anxiety and depression, I had it really bad. I had a very rough road. Is, well, what have you been through that you could help me? Have you done it? Have you went through some really bad things that you could give me advice on? Because when I used to go talk to people, they would have nothing, not even close to a life like I had. So I couldn't ever resonate. I couldn't relate. And when they gave me answers, it never made sense or resonated with me because it felt more like a book answer or just like a regular answer. And I needed something deep. I needed wisdom and I needed truth about life. I needed to know why I was going through the things that I was going through, how to look at it differently, and how to get it out of my body. And this is exactly what I'm going to teach you. So I want you to close your eyes. And this is the very first thing that we're going to do is we got to turn inward to our inner world. I know you don't feel good. I know it's chaotic. I know it's hectic in there and it's dark. That's okay. All right. Don't be scared of that. Here is your opportunity to learn how to transmute darkness. This is your opportunity to learn, grow, and evolve. So just sit in a comfortable position and close your eyes. If you can, sit up straight with me, but you can lay down too. When I was going through depression, I hardly could even get out of bed. So you can be in bed too. Just make sure your spine is straight. Just listen to me, okay? I've been there. I've done it. I've healed it. And this is what healers are for. We're here to teach people how to get through the darkness, how to really get through it, how to really overcome it. Not maintain it, not subside it, not keep it at bay. We want to release it all the way. We want to get it out of our body and not let it run our life anymore. Now, it does take time. It does take steps to process and to actually release this energy, this type of mindset, and what you're going through. So the very first thing I want you to put through your mind is just have some patience with yourself as you grow, and remind yourself that you do have that strength deep inside of you. You just have to learn how to tap back into it. You got to learn how to get that back out, get that energy surfaced again. But you can't do that when it's completely drained in darkness with the depression and anxiety, okay? I know, I've been there. So when we turn inward, I want you to put all of your focus off all the noise. Just listen to my voice and the music in the background and focus on your breath. I want you to first start breathing in through your nose. And out through your mouth, nice, deep and slow. Nice and gentle. Breathwork is very annoying at first. It's uncomfortable, but I need you to do it and follow along. It's very imperative to our life. It's very important for releasing energy and getting through what you're going through, whether it's a hectic situation or an obstacle or experience or even sickness if you're ill. Breathwork is huge to make sure that our energy centers are going, our organs are pumping, our blood's flowing. It does so much. But you know what the most important thing it does is you can control your nervous system. And your nervous system's out of whack. Yes or no? From the depression, anxiety, yes. So when your nervous system is out of whack, your whole life is out of whack. Okay? Because your nervous system is actually what you're feeling, and it's broadcasting to the universe what you're trying to broadcast. So if you're broadcasting depression and anxiety, you just get right that back, that energy back. But if we learn how to change our broadcast, change the way we feel, and change the way we think, everything comes into play and changes. Okay? But when you do your breath, you control your nervous system, and you're creating the pharmacy within your body that you need, that you already have. You already have that power of your own pharmacy. You don't need to go take anxiety and depression medicine. If you are, you're going to wean off. You're going to listen to your higher self, and when it tells you it's time, it's time. It tells you to start weaning off today, it's time to wean off today. It clogs your ability to heal yourself. Medicine does. So you're not going to get any better if you keep taking depression medicine or anxiety medicine. It is defeating your healing capabilities. Don't be scared. This is learning. We're learning all about this. We're learning how to use our breath. Keep breathing. As I talk, I want you to breathe the whole time. And when your body's so chaotic and it doesn't feel good, you don't want to sit here, I know. You're wanting to get up. You're wanting to go check your phone. You're wanting to work. You're wanting to do this, do that. You got to make yourself sit and say, no, you're going to sit there. You're going to sit there and you're going to do the breath work. And you're going to focus as long as you can. Be patient. You don't have to do it like an hour. Just do it as long as you can. 10, 15 minutes to start. That's fine. Okay? I just want you to get back in touch with your inner world that you have lost touch with, because most of the time your attention and focus is always on the outside, the physical, or the past, or the future. Your focus and your attention's in the wrong spot. So once we get that focus towards inward, we start doing the breath work. We start pumping our body better. It starts releasing energy, and you're clearing blockages within your chakras. Okay? It's doing that all at the same time when I'm talking to you. When you're putting your focus inward and you're doing your breath, you're already doing it. Just breathe in and out. Nice and slow. I'm just teaching you what you're doing as you do this exercise and meditation in your healing sessions. I'm just telling you what's going on in your body. They have proven in science over and over now that we can redo our whole energy when we meditate. It redoes our brain and it redoes our body. So it's important to start inserting meditation, silent time into your routine. And you're going to do it just like this. Just watch your breath go through your body, okay? And then breathe out all that darkness as you do it now. Just visualize. Breathe in that the white light energy. I call divine energy, God energy, whatever you want to call it, peace, love. Just breathe in and visualize that energy that you're breathing in healing and light, and that white light. And you're blowing out that darkness, the darkness that is trapped within your body. It feels like it's trapped and it's just not getting out. You don't understand how to get it out. You can't get it out with medicine. You're not going to get it out with normal therapy. But you will get it out when you change your perspective and you change the way you feel about your life. You got to see life for what it is. So when we do our breath work, guess what happens too? Not only are we producing the chemicals that we actually need in our body to help us think better, to help us stay on point, to help us feel good, to help us not go into that depression and anxiety state. What we're doing is we're calming our mind and our body down. What do you think that does? When your mind is calm and your body's calm, and if you can calm it down, you start healing, you start getting the answers you need, you start connecting to that higher perspective. It's going to tell you, hey, just make yourself get out of bed today. Make yourself go on a walk, drink some water, do some exercises, watch something that is peaceful, that is inspiring, motivating. Watch true wisdom, truth that helps soak up that energy, just like this right now. It's going to tell you exactly what to do little by little to start getting out of this depression and anxiety state, okay? It's basically the same for everybody. We need to exercise. We need to eat better. You need to drink water. You need to do yoga, meditation, silent time, go outside for walks. The less noise, the better. What's happening is most of us get stuck in the past of regret, of that how things should have been, how things should be. We're really stuck in the past. And then it also gets us blocked from our future because we're in that doubt and that fear, anxious, depression, those low vibrational states. So it actually blocks both of it. So how do we get through that? Well, this is how we do it. We got to sit with ourselves, turn inward, focus on our insides, calm ourselves down, and start listening to that higher perspective, which is your soul. Your soul's giving you the answers. It's telling you what to do. It's telling you exactly what to do. It's telling you not to take medicine. It's not helping you. You're not going to want to do these things. You're going to be like, I don't want to do that. I know. I didn't want to either. I literally had to make myself. And I just did one thing at a time. So if I was in a depression state that was so bad I couldn't even get out of bed like all day. So what I did was the very first thing I had to do was I had to just create one goal. And that one goal was I started running. You do not have to do this. I'm just explaining what I did. I literally started running. My higher perspective kept telling me, you have to exercise. You have to exercise. And it would not leave me alone. This is what you're connecting to, that voice. It's just now the voice is a lot clearer and louder when we calm down. The voice is always there. But when you're in anxiety state and depression, the voices are mixed. The thoughts, they're always mixed. And you don't really know which one to listen to because it's so mixed up and it's chaotic. This is how we do it, okay? And you can listen to your own frequency music and piano music. That helped me a lot calm down when I meditated by yourself. I'm just helping you get there, but you do got to meditate by yourself, okay? So when we start calming down, we're actually starting the healing process. And as we breathe in and out, we're releasing that energy. Is it going to be all the way? Probably not. But one day it will be. You cannot give up. It's not going to happen overnight. But you don't need it to happen overnight because you ain't going to learn anything. You're not really going to learn how to transmute and defeat darkness if you did it in one night. So be patient. It does take time. and you're going to practice this. The power of refocus inward. You're going to focus all of everything on you. You're going to start calming your body down with your breath. You're going to start listening to that perspective. You can write it down. It may not feel good at first. I'm not telling you it's going to feel great. This is going to be very uncomfortable. You're not used to this. Your body is so used to being in a state of low vibration. It's going to take you some push and shove a little bit to get back up into a higher vibration. You just got to push yourself one step at a time. If you can't go to the grocery store, make yourself go to the grocery store. I'm talking little steps. If you don't take a walk, go take a walk outside, even if it's 1 block. Okay? And when you accomplish one goal, and even after this session, you're going to feel a little bit better. And that little bit better, you're going to take and you're going to push it on to more. And you're going to make yourself push more on for your goals. It'll give you that motivation, even if it's a little bit. That's how it was for me. It was very little. Everything was very small steps. The healing process was slow. The learning, the transmuting darkness, the learning the lessons. And as I look back, it was perfect. It needed to be slow, and it needed to be slow steps. So just hopefully that gives you peace today. Okay? I'm so glad it didn't happen overnight. I would have never learned anything. You know, it took me years and years, but I had to go through people that didn't help me. I had to learn to say, okay, I'm not going to go those people no more. They're really not helping me. I had to learn how to say no. I had to learn how to stick up for myself and really start trusting myself again. And that's how I did it, was just one step at a time, self-care, self-love, and I put most of my attention on myself. Okay? I have a child. Of course, he was there. Of course, if you have a family, you got to incorporate that a little bit. But he was just fine when I was doing my healing. He's perfect. And they learn too. Okay? So sometimes I know you feel like you don't have time, but you do. Even if you take 15 to 20 minutes at first per day to do self-care and self-work, it'll really go a long way in the future. You don't have to do it all day. Just do a little bit, and it'll keep getting more and more as you go along. I couldn't meditate more than probably 10 minutes at first, maybe. And then now I can do for like 3 or 4 hours. So, and the spiritual people told me the same thing. When I was learning from other people, from, some spiritual wise individuals, they told me the exact same thing. It would take time. You have to stay consistent, and it gets better every time you meditate and do this work, okay? And I promise your anxiety and depression will release out of your body. It'll literally just transmute, okay? If you are tired of breathing, you can take a breath or take a break. But if you want, just keep lightly breathing and visualizing, breathing that peace, love, light, that white light energy into your body, and then breathe out the darkness. I want you to practice this when you're not with me. I want you to see how you feel now. Scan your body. Does it feel a little bit more peace? A little bit? Do you feel a little bit more of a relief? Just a little relief? If you do, you've done your job today. You've done the work. Okay? If you feel a lot, awesome job. Okay? That's what I needed in therapy. I needed someone to change my perspective and teach me how to heal myself. And I couldn't find that in mainstream therapy and all that other stuff. I had to go to the holistic side, the spiritual side. And my advice is, when you are getting advice or help from spiritual people, you have to remember there's always good and bad. In anything that we're messing with, you have to use your gut, your intuition. Everybody has it, not just women. Men have it too. You have to use your intuition and see if those people are right for you, and if they're truth tellers, if they know what they're talking about, if they have walked the walk, if they know exactly how to help you, if they are telling the truth. And some of these spiritual people, they might, if they don't make you feel good, it's a no. I'm just telling you right now, it's a no. You have to understand they're learning how to harness their energy and their powers too. Some of them are not all the way there yet. I was not perfect at first. I'm still not perfect. I'm very, very good at what I do now, but I can't tell you I'm perfect. None of us are. But if I resonate with you, or if another spiritual person resonates with you and they give you that peace inside of your belly, that peace within you, and you feel like actual love and peace from them, that's the truth, okay? That's God energy. God energy is giving you the feelings of peace and love, genuine energy. Someone's genuinely trying to help you out. They have pure intentions. They're not in it for themselves. They're actually trying to help you out as a spiritual person. That's how you'll know, okay? That's how you'll know if it's God energy or dark energy. And this is what you're going to learn as you go along your new journey. How would you know all this wisdom and learn all this and evolve and grow if you didn't have the anxiety or depression? The anxiety and the depression is an opportunity given to you to learn how to evolve and grow. And what that means is how to transmute darkness and how to control your reality. You know you can control your reality, and you're aggravated and you get all these bad feelings because you're not controlling it, and the anxiety and the darkness is controlling you. Well, you can flip the script. We just got to flip it, okay? That fear's not going to run your life, your whole life. The depression, anxiety is not going to run it, because that's what that is. It's full of fear. That's why we get a lot of that's why we get in those depression states. It's because of fear. Most of the time, it's because of fear. It's because of our past, of what happened or what didn't happen. Okay? So, and then you get into those states where you just want to give up. Don't give up. Don't ever give up. You can say you want to give up. That's all right. Let that shit out. Sorry, let that stuff out. But if you let it out, you feel so much better, and you're like, okay, I really don't want to give up. I just needed to get that out of my body. Do you know how many times I've wanted to give up? I still want to give up. Do you know how hard it is to run my business around here? Most people, they are stuck in the matrix still, and that's okay. But it is hard to run a business. I want to give up. My book isn't selling like I thought it would. I want to give up. Okay? But I wrote that book to help me get out of that depression and anxiety. So writing and journaling is huge too. Okay? So it doesn't matter if my book goes viral, if it's successful, or any of that. What matters is it actually helped me heal myself. It gave me the healing and the experience that I need to transmute that darkness. So I'm forever grateful. Okay? So I know that some people look like they have these perfect lives. None of us have perfect lives. We all have obstacles. We all have lessons that we have to overcome. And yes, I did depression and anxiety as well. And just like you're going to. I am here if you ever need me. You can always visit my website if you need extra help. But you got this. You can do it by yourself. And this is what I'm helping you all with, is learning how to heal yourself, learning how to change your perspective, learning how to control the way you feel, because then you're broadcasting what you want. You're broadcasting peace now. And the universe is like, oh, give them peace now. They're at peace. Give them more peace experiences. Give them more of that energy. Love, give them more love. You'll start getting feedback from the universe, okay? So you're going to do this after you leave me today. You're going to start listening to what you need to do. Push yourself to do it. You're going to listen and take those steps that it's actually telling you to do. And then you're going to be aware of how you're thinking and feeling from now on, so you can try to control your feelings, your emotions, okay? And when you're in that type of state, I know when you're sitting there, you have two types of ways you can go. You're like, well, I can go that peaceful and that love route. I definitely want to go that, but you still have this pull towards. I apologize, my phone cut off, but you will have this pull to the other side, to the dark side, that energy. So you'll still, like when you're turning inward, you'll notice, if you can just sit back, you'll notice that there's still that pull, that you can go to the dark energy that you feel kind of pulled to, or you're pulled and you want to be pulled to the love and the peace part, right? So this is nothing to be scared about. I just want you to be aware of the pull, of how you're pulled one way and you're pulled the other way, and how strong it is. And sometimes, yes, that dark energy might be stronger than the light energy. It feels like it, but I'm just telling you right now, it's not. The light energy, the white light, always wins. It always wins over the darkness. The darkness just feels so heavy and feels so bad because it's been built up in your body over time. And it's clogged in there, it's stuck, it's stagnant, and it's just taken over your whole life, okay? That's the only reason why it feels so bad, okay? So once you actually start doing things to release your energy, like exercising, it actually starts releasing that energy automatically, naturally out of your body. But when we're doing the meditation and we're visualizing that white light, breathing it in all the way, that's why I have you imagine that. That is God's brain. When you use your imagination, you're connected to God. So if you want to visualize that white light throughout your whole body, that energy is going through your whole body. If you want to release that darkness, it releases. Because you have that power. You fully have that power. You only have power over the way that you're thinking and the way that you feel. You have no control over anybody else or anything else. So once you know that, you can start controlling your own life and realizing that I'm not going to let the dark side win anymore. I can feel that pull. It's really, really strong. I'm not going to pull that way no more. When I think about bad thoughts, I'm going to try to change them and say, you know what? I'm not going to give up. I am strong. I'm going to get through this. I don't feel good. I feel terrible. I'm going to get through this. I'm going to get through this. And I want you to keep telling yourself that, because all you got to do is figure out how to transmute energy. What type of life would you be living if you didn't have the opportunity to evolve and grow and learn how to transmute energy? It's a superpower. It's a power that we all have been given. We all can do it, and we all have been doing it. It's just most of us have been doing it the wrong way. You're transmuting, and you're not transmuting, but you are in a type of energy that, well, you're creating that dark energy. You can create that dark energy, or you can create the light energy. That's the power that you have. So now we're going to take back our power, and we're going to create light energy and just let it soak up all of that dark energy and let it dissolve. So as you do your work by yourself and you breathe in the white light, just watch it dissolving the darkness in your body, wherever it's at, if it's up here, if it's the whole thing. Mine was the whole thing. So I just do my whole body, and then I just watch the darkness energy release out of me. And I just did that step by step each day. You don't necessarily have to think about it. That's just what's going on. You can just do the steps. You don't necessarily have to do the visualization, but it just helps me. And I did do the visualization when I got more advanced. So basic breathing, basic calming yourself down is simple and fine. Okay, the more simple you do this at first, the better. Okay, so here, let's go over the steps one more time. If you're done with your breath work, I want you to sit in that space that you've just created. And hopefully that space is very not very, but just lighter. If you have a little bit of relief, if you have a little bit more hope and a little bit more peace, you have done your work today. You've done it, okay? You got to transmute the darkness little by little, okay? So if it's a lot, you feel a lot better, awesome. Some people can't. It'll click, 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 and they're on point. Not immediately, but it clicks faster. Me, I was a slow learner. I was a slow grower. And that's just because I had a lot going on. So if you're in that same experience, that's okay. Just be really patient with yourself. I wish someone would have told me that when I was healing, to not be so hard on myself and to love and be more patient as I healed. Because I used to think that taking the time out to heal was a waste of time. I needed to work and make money. I didn't have time to do that. You know what I mean? So I get that. I get all that. But I promise you, if you do self-care and self-love, even if you start with 10 or 15 minutes, it'll go a long way in the end, okay? And then you'll just keep getting better as you go along. I started meditating with 10 minutes. Now I can do 3 hours. So you'll get there, okay? You do not have to go to the top of the mountain today, and you don't want to. So slow and steady wins the race. We are putting that light white energy on that darkness, and we're just watching it release. And we are learning how to transmute energy and get out of this depression and anxiety state. What do we do again? We put all of our focus and our attention away from the noise, shut everything off, get away from everything. We close our eyes, we turn inward, we do a body scan. How are we feeling? Well, I feel really bad. That's all right. Let's start our breath work. Breathe in through your nose, but you have to control it nice and slow and gentle. Don't be breathing fast. Just deep, and then release it all the way out. Okay? And then when you do that, about 60 breaths, you'll start learning, or you'll start noticing you're more calmer. And about over 100 breaths, you'll start connecting with that higher perspective where it becomes more dominant, becomes more clear, and the thoughts aren't mingled and scattered. You don't know which one to listen to. That's how it was for me. I didn't know which one to listen to. And I had to learn how to trust myself again and trust that voice. Okay, because I thought that voice led me in the wrong direction. So if you do go through that, resonate with that, or trust in that voice, okay? Because all those experiences and lessons that we went through, they taught us, and we're gonna let them teach us those lessons. And we're gonna learn from those experiences from here on out. We're not gonna let them bring us down. We're gonna say, no, this is an opportunity for me to grow. What can I learn from that experience? How can I look at it differently? And that's what your higher perspective is going to give you, okay? So to finalize this, not only is it going to tell you how to transmute the dark energy, it's going to tell you what to do to be more healthier and feel better, but it is also going to tell you how to look at your experiences. So that is the last part of this. Yes, it's going to tell you what to do, but now you have to go through why those experiences happen to you, how to look at it differently, and look at it on a higher perspective, and know that those experiences were for you to evolve, grow, and learn. And now you're going to let it empower you. Now this is your opportunity. That should give you hope. That should let you not want to give up. And that should help you tap into that motivation and strength, even if it's a little bit today, okay? All right. I know I talked a lot today. We went through a lot of information. I do have another video, I think, on depression and anxiety. Check them out. I'm gonna keep continuing to do healing sessions on depression and anxiety as we go along as well. But I want to make sure that we get this information out, that it's not the way that you are. It's just a state that you've created. It's not who you are. It's just a state that you've created. And now you're creating a different state. Because now you're like, I want something different. I can't live like that no more. I can't be depressed. Everybody's telling me, feeling sorry for me and probably, telling me, giving me maybe answers to give up. I had people being like, oh, just go on disability or just give up, whatever, or work yourself away. No. We don't do that anymore. We're going to take back control of our life. We're going to say, no, I am strong. I am going to get through this. This is not the way that I am. This is just a state. And all those belief systems, and not everybody's telling me that you need to take medicine. This is the way that you are. You might have to go on disability. That's all false. That's not even the truth. We don't need any of that. You just have to learn how to create a different state. That's it. That should give you that peace. Okay? And that should dissolve those fears. When the truth doesn't come up, it does fill you full of fear and darkness. It makes you not feel good when you believe something that's actually not the truth. That's why I said, if you do go to spiritual people to get help, go to the ones that resonate with you. Go to the ones that give you that peace and light inside. That lightness, that light energy is what I mean. You just feel lighter, like you don't feel heavier, you don't feel scared, you don't feel turmoil, your stomach's not turning. You're like, no, I actually feel at peace now. I feel lighter and I feel all that love. That's what it is, okay? So when we go through depression, anxiety, we are really, really looking for that inner peace, and that's what we're creating. So when you change that perspective on the way things are in your life, you start changing your perspective and it changes the way you feel. And then what do you think happens? If you change your way you're thinking and you change the way you feel, your reality changes because you've changed your energy, because you've created a different state. Okay? Let me say that one more time. When we have changed the way that we're thinking, we have changed the way we perceive things, it changes the way we feel. And when we change the way we feel about our life and experiences, it changes our energy. And when we change our energy, it changes our reality. And we get the reality that we want. Abundance, love, peace, prosperity, happiness, joy. You're flowing with the flow of the universe now. You're in the flow. You're not going against the current, and you're not filled up with darkness anymore. Okay? This is what you're going to evolve, grow, and learn about as you go along. This is a very, very exciting journey. And all of this truth and wisdom is way more exciting than you could ever believe. That's what I always want to tell people. The truth is so much more exciting and better than what you could ever imagine. So be excited about your journey now, because you have been given an opportunity. Some people don't. Some people do not get these opportunities to level up and learn about your powers, your gifts, about life, and about controlling your reality to get what you want. Okay? In a good way, genuine. We don't want to control reality to control other people. We're just controlling our own. Remember, you can only control the way you think and feel. So practice this as you leave today. Okay? I want you to practice being aware of how you're thinking and feeling. And when you go back into that, if you feel yourself sucking back into that energy, go do self-care. Okay? Even if you get sucked into that energy, say you get sucked into it that day for 3 hours or most of the day, still do self-care. Okay? Make yourself do the self-care. And even if you have 1 hour good or 10 minutes good that day, that's still progress from yesterday. Okay? If you feel like you're going backwards is a part of the journey too. Okay? So I just need you to stay hopeful and patient and consistent and do the work as you go along. Okay? Your higher self's going to tell you what else to do. But I already told you the list of basically how to heal yourself. It's basically the same for everybody. The only thing you really need to work on is changing your perspective about your experiences now. Okay? So, because hopefully you've changed your perspective about the way that you view depression and anxiety. Okay, so let's take another couple, just 5 big breaths, just nice and easy. Let's just end the session. With some breaths. And remember, just be aware of where your focus is, how you're thinking and feeling. And if you start getting pulled, tugged, or in that energy again, just go do your self-care and self-love, and you'll feel better, okay? You just got to learn how to change from low vibration to high vibration. And you'll be vibing high, if you're not already right now, soon, okay? You'll be feeling on top of the world. It just does take time, but as you go along, you'll start feeling those feelings again, okay? If you have to write down those steps from what I just talked about, go ahead and do that. The focus, the breath, the calming your mind and body down, the listening to the perspective, the higher perspective of what it's telling us, what we need to do, and how to look at our experiences. Those 5 things. Because when you go through those 5 things, that's when you start changing your energy. But you do have to do the self-care and self-love, okay? So write that down. I'm sending you so much healing and peace and love energy and light through the universe. Receive it. Know you got this. Know that you have powers inside, and know that this is now your opportunity to learn about them and harness them. And you will live the life that you deserve. The depression and anxiety will release. I'll see you next session.